Hey guys! So today I thought I would take a bit of a break from doing off-road videos and maybe get into a little Christmas spirit and make my favorite cookies of all time. And a long-time tradition of my family. My grandmother used to make them, and then my mom used to make them. So I have a very old iron to use for it that was my grandmother's, and then my mom also had one as well. So yeah, it's an old machine, so I'll show it to you here. So it's a Pizzelle maker. So very old school, probably, I don't know what year it's from, but they even saved the directions and the recipe here. So we're just gonna kind of follow this along a little bit. One thing that it does say to use is margarine, but I'm not gonna use margarine. I'm just gonna do unsalted butter. So that was the first thing I did, was I melted the butter. It does require 2 sticks. And then, so we're gonna start off with 6 eggs. I'm gonna put my little attachment on. So while the butter's cooling, we'll get the eggs mixing up here. I know how to use this thing. All right, lock it up, get those mixing up. And once the eggs are getting all mixed in there, the next thing is to add the sugar. And just kind of dump that on in there. Get all nice and mixed. So it requires 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. So we want to keep that going until it's nice and smooth. And then once you think that your butter is pretty well cool, or margarine, it's really up to you what you want to use. Like I said, I don't like to use margarine in my baking, so I use butter. So just kind of slowly pour that in there. So that's looking pretty good. I'm going to stop that for just a minute. And then to flavor the cookies, you're going to use 2 tablespoons of your choice of either vanilla, or it recommends anise. In the past, I've tried lemon. I've tried other flavorings. It really just depends on what your taste is. But I think vanilla is just really my all-time favorite. So you got 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And get that mixing up again. Okay. So get out a little fork here. So then you want to come over to your dry ingredients, and in this bowl I have about 3.5 cups of flour, just all-purpose flour, and then I'm going to put in 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So just pour it on in there, and then just whisk it up with a fork. Doesn't have to be too intense there. Alrighty. And then I'm gonna move my little recipe guy over here. So yeah, in the very beginning you want to get your iron heating up. I'm going to spray just a little bit of just butter flavored spray on there. Just kind of keep the cookies from sticking when it first gets started. Usually the first couple of them, they're gonna stick, or they're gonna just come out kind of ugly and not very good. So usually you kind of just toss the first couple once you get it going. But once you get it going, it'll work out fantastically. So let me come over here, continue this, and I just kind of add a little bit of flour at a time. So again, that's 3 1/4 cup flour. You can make a mess while you're at it too. Why not? It's not baking unless you're making a mess of flour. And then you just kind of keep gradually adding your flour. I'm sure there's a more professional way of doing this with the flour, but the batter's starting to look really good. Nice and smooth and creamy. Put the rest of the flour in there. Okay. Let me get a little spatula here. Kind of make sure, get all that flour kind of off there, but not a big deal. Give one more little spin. All right. Let that drip for a minute. So all I'm gonna do here, I'll take about that much batter, about a half of this spoon. A little ball of it. Drop it in the middle there. And pull it down, and I just kind of press it for a few minutes. They smell good. Yeah, the first ones kind of come out pretty ugly. You kind of want to get it seasoned up a little bit before you can really start making the really good ones. So first couple of them. So little dollops of them. Pull it down, kind of press a little bit. So if you can hear the sizzle, you know, similar to a waffle maker. I mean, that's essentially what it is, but there you go. Starting to get a little better here. Drop the spoon. Okay, now machine gun, sweetie. Okay, now hopefully these will be perfect. Oh yes. Now we're making it. So you just let them cool on a flat rack. And they'll get hard pretty quick once they cool. And you really want to make sure you spend the time doing this all at once, because if you kind of break and let it sit for a while and come back to it, you kind of have to like start all over again with getting the iron all prepped and seasoned up for them. So I don't recommend you stop. Try to go as long as you can. Finish the batch. Want to try one? Tell me what you think. Mm-hmm. You like it? Mm-hmm. Are they tasty? Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it. So there you have it. Just letting my iron cool now. Got about 6 pizzelles out of that mix. So pretty good haul. I do recommend doing one batch at a time, not mixing multiple. I've had issues in the past where it just doesn't come out as good. Plus, unless you don't, you know, it only fits in one of my bowls. So unless you have a bigger mixer, I mean, you could try it if you had one, but I just recommend doing one at a time. So you could also use food coloring to make them different colors. I've used red and green in the past. Pink if I used like strawberry flavoring. I know some places like to color per the flavor, so but I just like to stick to old school vanilla flavoring. So all right, there you have it. Thank you for watching. Bye.